From the Action 18 Weather Center, this is a severe weather report.
All right, this evening we have the 7 o'clock numbers in from the National Hurricane Center. Tropical Storm Gordon is maintaining its intensity as it makes its way a little bit closer to the Gulf Coast. Maximum wind still at 70 miles per hour. Hurricane Center still has a movement northwest at 14 miles per hour. But over the last couple of hours, I've noticed a more northerly path on the radar imagery. So I think we're going to be looking at a landfall maybe just to the west of Mobile. And that's where we could see some of the greater storm surge into Mobile Bay because of that. And we'll be looking at the winds right around tropical storm force range, right around 70 to 60 miles per hour, decreasing as it does make its way onshore. At this point, I don't anticipate this storm strengthening into a hurricane over the next several hours before it does make landfall. It will weaken very quickly as the storm heads through central Mississippi, pretty much over Jackson as a tropical depression, and eventually as a post-tropical system as it moves over Illinois and eventually into the Great Lakes region. I want to show you action radar over the past couple hours to show you what I've been talking about. Been watching this. There's the center of circulation. You can see it was moving a little bit more westerly earlier, but then the last few frames kind of starts to go a little bit closer to the coast, and that leads me to think that maybe we'll be looking at a landfall a little bit closer to Mobile rather than more in the central Mississippi Gulf Coast. And it would be this would be not a great situation for Mobile if that comes to fruition. For us, we'll continue to have showers and storms coming in off the coast. As far as the coastal communities of the Panhandle, still tropical storm warning in place, but eventually we will start to see that canceled out as the storm does head on shore. Hurricane warning as a precaution from the Louisiana-Mississippi border all the way to the Florida-Alabama border. As far as that warning, tropical storm warnings in place for Louisiana as well, because those winds will be picking up as the storm continues to move in a general northwesterly direction. Just in the short term, that things could be a little bit more northerly, giving that landfall a little bit closer to Mobile. Here's our in-house computer model. You can see our center of circulation just to the south-southeast of Mobile. All that onshore flow will be heading over Mobile. They'll be contending with possibly some flooding in the low-lying areas with the heavy rain, certainly some high wind gusts. For us in the wiregrass conditions tomorrow morning, starting out on the dry side, but all this Gulf moisture will work onshore. That'll give us some pretty decent rain chances on and off throughout Wednesday afternoon. Heading into Thursday, things will dry out for us largely. Rain chances considerably lower, but we're still going to be under the influence of the flow around that circulation. So we'll have a southeasterly to southerly flow, bring in some Gulf moisture. Then finally, that system will clear the area, clear the region as we do head into Friday, giving us much lower rain chances. As far as what we can expect in addition to what we've already received, a lot of us missed out on the heavier rain, but another quarter of an inch maybe a little bit more in the western parts of the area, a little bit closer to that center of circulation. So elsewhere in the tropics, things are starting to heat up. There is Tropical Storm Gordon in the northern Gulf of Mexico, Hurricane Florence, and an area that we've been watching for the past couple of days, increasing chances off the coast of Africa for this system to the southeast of Florence to develop over the next 5 days. So probably by the end of the week, we'll have another tropical storm or hurricane that we will be talking about on the map. And then just to the northeast of that system, just coming off the coast of Africa a little bit earlier in the day, a 20% chance of this tropical wave developing over the next 5 days. Both of them likely taking a similar path to Florence, the way things stand right now, but that's something we will be watching pretty carefully as we get closer. So the bottom line for us here in the Wiregrass, Gordon will be making landfall well to our west tonight, and it will be weakening as we do go through the overnight hours and through the days tomorrow. Rain chances do continue for Wednesday and for Thursday, and then eventually conditions will be improving as we head into Friday afternoon. We'll have more updates on DothanFirst.com and, of course, at WDHN News at 10. We hope to see you then.